Hi and welcome. Not too long ago I was actually talking about these two newly released cards. The first one was Ostinato and the second one was Wind Witch Glass Bell. This card is pretty simple. If this card is normal special summon, you can add a Wind Witch monster from your deck to your hand, except Wind Witch Glass Bell. You cannot special summon anything else but wind monsters for the rest of the turn. And you can only activate each effect of Wind Witch Glass Bell once per turn. So that's pretty simple. I got pretty much my point across with that card. But this card had a lot more potential than I let on. Ostinato. If you control no monsters, fusion summon one Melodious fusion monster from your extra deck using two monsters from your hand or deck as fusion materials. During the end phase of this turn, destroy that monster. Then, if all the fusion materials that were used to fusion summon are in the graveyard, you can special summon all of them to your field. That's why I like this card. Only problem is Necro Valley and Dark Law and cards like that pretty much allows you to banish cards from the grave instead of going to the graveyard. But the reason why I like this card is because of these cards. Aria the Melodious Diva is the first card. While this special summon card is on the field, Melodious monsters you control cannot be targeted by card effects or destroyed by battle. So basically, if this is special summon to your side of the field, no targeting with card effects and no destruction by battle. Aria, you are really amazing. LG is pretty cool as well, because she has special summon Melodious monsters you control cannot be destroyed by battle or by card effects. Really, really good. If this card is special summoned, all fairy type monsters you control gain 300 attack. It says itself, really good combo plays. Tam Tam is pretty good as well. And well, oh no, this is not Tam Tam. Opera the Melodious Diva. Opera, that's difference. Cannot attack the turn is normal summoned or flipped face up, but if it's special summoned, it probably can attack because it doesn't say that. If this card is sent to the graveyard as a fusion material for a fusion summon, you can activate this effect. The rest of the turn, Melodious monsters you control cannot be destroyed by battle or by card effects. That's really good in my opinion. And of course, Serenade, she doesn't necessarily have the best effect, but yeah. She has, this card can be treated as two tributes for the tribute summon of a fairy type monster. So that's why I like her. That's pretty much why I like her, because you can tribute two tribute monster with just this card. After this card special summon to your side of the field, you can normal summon one Melodious monster during your main phase this turn in addition to your normal summon or set. That's the whole card if this card is special summoned, so it kind of extends your play. Serenade actually helps out as well, so it's not a terrible card, but it's pretty good. This card is my favorite because, you know, if you control a Melodious monster, you can special summon this card, and of course, again, all your fairy type monsters gains 500 attack and defense. This card really good, and I always liked Sonata. Sonata and Aria was the two first one, and they are really good still. I still think they have a place in this deck. Tam Tam is the one I'm least excited for, because if this card is special summoned while you control a Melodious monster, you can add a polymerization from your deck or graveyard to your hand. That's pretty good, because if you bring back another Melodious monster before this one, say that you have two materials in your graveyard. You bring back one of them before this card. Can you add a polymerization from your deck or graveyard to your hand then? That's the question. The second part of the effect kind of sucks because it's just your fusion material, your fusion monster loses 500 attack and then you inflict 500 damage to your opponent. It's not as good, but still, it's a pretty good card. Soprano is pretty simple as well. Well, this card is special summon. You can target one Melodious monster in your graveyard except Soprano and Melodious monster added to your hand. So you can add back one Melodious if this is special summon. You can only use the effect of Soprano and Melodious monsters once per turn. Once per turn you can fusion summon one Melodious fusion monster from your extra deck using monsters you control as fusion materials, including this card. So this card is pretty good as well, so I just wanted to mention it. Of course these two, they're the big Maestra monsters. I just want to show you them because those are the ones you're probably going to use if you're going to go for a Majestra monster that needs Maestras as fusion materials. But I'm not sure. There's only one that I'm really considering in that aspect, and that's actually not this one, but Schuberta the Melodious Maestra. She basically, you only need two Melodious monsters, and then during the player's turn you can target 3 cards in any graveyard and banish them. That's a good effect. She gains 200 attack for each card banished with this effect. So she can become pretty strong. So that's why I like her. And this card gets 200 attack for each. So that's pretty good. The only reason why I want to talk about her was just because of her effect. It's pretty good. But that you need 2 Melodious monsters. That's the part. Because that means that you can use any just Melodious monster. You don't have to use the Majestra ones, these two. You only have to use Melodious. That's why I want to talk about her. This is the second one. We only have 3 fusion monsters. This is the second one I want to talk about. And I want to talk about this one because this card has the line, cannot be destroyed by battle or by card effect. Does that mean that it's protected because during the end phase of this turn, destroy that monster? Is that, is it protected from that destruction, or is that a cost you have to pay? I don't really know that. It's going to be interesting to see if that's actually, because if this card can survive a special summon with this card, that's pretty good. But you probably want to go for Schuberta because of her 2 Melodious monsters. Because I probably want to go for Schuberta every single time, just because she only requires 2 Melodious monsters. So that's pretty simple. But yeah, I really underestimated this card. I mean, this card has more potential than I initially thought. I initially just thought, it's a pretty good fusion spell card. Not as good as it could have been, but it's so much better. Just because we have Aria, Elegy, Opera, Serenade, Sonata, Tum Tum, Soprano. If we have these cards around, this card is definitely a 3 of in the deck. I'm gonna run 3 copies of this card, no questions asked. 3 copies, no questions. Because you have so many combo plays with Aria, Elegy, Opera, and all the other ones. I mean, you just have so many combo plays. And of course, you can special summon these 2 as well. I mean, they're the big ones. This is a, I believe, 2800 attack. No, 2600 attack. And this is a, I believe, 2300. So they have pretty decent attack. But of course, the question is, cannot be destroyed by battle by card effects. Does it protect itself from discards during the end phase of this turn? Destroy that monster. So what do you think about this card? Do you think this card has more potential than I said in my first video? I believe so. This card is amazing to me, and I'm gonna run 3 copies of this card just because Schuberta exists, and hopefully we get more fusion monsters in the future, because as long as this card exists, I'm pretty sold on this card. So if we get a couple of more fusion monsters with Melodious, this is gonna be even better. But right now, every single time I activate this card, I'll probably go for Schuberta mostly, because, you know, she has the best targets. Like, she has all of these amazing cards you can go for. So, I'm just saying, you probably want to go for Schuberta. But what do you think about Ostinato? Do you think it's good? Do you think it's bad? Do you think it's crap? I think it's amazing. As always, in the comment section down below, write your thoughts, and comment, like, and subscribe.